So I'm just going to pick up on a new topic related to the interview, surrogacy.
Yeah.
We didn't talk about that.
No, we talked a little bit, a few episodes, like 6-7 episodes ago. We talked when it first came. It was in the news.
Okay.
Yeah. So what is surrogacy?
Surrogacy is human trafficking, basically.
Yeah.
It's paying somebody to have your baby for you.
Usually somebody who's less fortunate.
There's other ways to do it. And I say it tongue in cheek. I mean, it's a serious issue, but surrogacy, you're basically paying someone else to have your baby for you.
Rent-a-womb?
Rent-a-womb is another, it's what the hip kids are saying.
Yeah.
But so our Holy Father is drawing light to this issue of, you know, the act of not just being married, being husband and wife, but the fruit of that, having children, is a sacred thing. And it's defined by God's law, by natural law, by church law. And this rise in surrogacy is an affront to all of those.
Yeah. And especially like the Kardashians have made it like famous.
Well, and the reason why, there's a vanity aspect to it.
Because they don't want to mess up their bodies. Not that they couldn't have children, but they want other people to do that for them.
Yeah.
Which is so, because they have the means to, and other people are desperate, need the money or want the money. And there obviously has to be something with the mother who's carrying that baby that there still feels, I'm sure her whole body's telling her, obviously she's pregnant. Yeah. And after you give up the kid, it's going to be like, your body's going to like talk about like postpartum, like all kinds of other stuff. They're going there.
My heart goes out to those women that, you know, they do that, or they feel like they need to do that, who carry babies and give them up. Again, just having had a child and to see what my wife goes through to have that child, and then to not have the reward and the good and the pleasure that comes from, you know, this is my child now. I'm gonna raise him. I'm gonna pour into my love. And then you're gonna start receiving it back. Like, to not have that part of it is just so disheartening and sad. Yeah, to give up your child right at that moment of delivery.
And that's where we have to be cautious about technological advance. Obviously, not everything is bad, but not everything is good. You know, so there are trade-offs both ways, and it's playing God.
Because
trying
we
to play
can do
God.
something doesn't mean we ought to do something, because it has ramifications on our psyche, on who we are as a people, on our stability. Like, just because we can do something like surrogacy doesn't mean that it is good that we do something like surrogacy. Imagine the effect on the child. You don't think that child's going to grow up if he finds out, who was my biological mother? Who was the one that carried me?
And it's a slippery slope. What's next is going to be genetically modified children. I don't want a boy. I don't want a girl. Or
that's coming up with CRISPR.
Yeah,
gene writing. That's coming up.
That's what's coming up, and it's ultimately, what's it doing? It's taking control, trying to put God in a box and say, no, I'm going to determine what my baby is. I'm going to determine this person's going to have it for me. Like, I'm playing God is basically what's going on. It's